Hey, this is Jason with Rusty Water Outdoors coming back at you. We actually went fishing today. We did fairly good with some catfish. We went out of the Zalmans, but it started off with a doozy. Everything was going wrong. Uh, I forgot my cell phone. I forgot my wallet at home. I'm worrying about trying to get my camera stuff and everything to shoot the YouTube videos. And I forget the most important thing is my cell phone because that's what I'm videoing everything on. Jamie forgets her wallet. Uh, Luckily, she had everything on her cell phone if we would have got pulled over. But we went out of the Zombies. I think we wound up with, I think Addie counted last time was 15, but we're about to go through it. So it was me, Addison, and Jamie. All went fishing. We got on the water kind of late, around 11 o'clock. We kind of got off around 4. But so I didn't feel like videoing because I was all pissed off. We jumped from probably 4 or 5 different spots. The wind was blowing about 8 to 10 miles per hour out the south. We probably should have went through this lake that was really choppy. It kind of, I was starting to get white knuckles, to tell the truth. But we knew that we had a spot across the lake, or and actually when we got there, it didn't really pan out too well. So we were just trying to hit the sides where the wind wasn't blowing too much, and we wound up actually finding this one little spot. I saw a couple birds diving, so I pulled over to it and wound up with most of our catfish out of this one little spot at the end of the day. But my tip to y'all is to get a gallon of water, freeze it, and you won't have to worry about ice. You won't have to worry about stopping to get ice. It keeps your fish cold. It does what it has to do, and you don't have to worry about go getting $3 or $4 worth of 2 pounds of ice. Go get you $1-gallon jug, freeze it, get you 3 of them, freeze it. It will go a long way, and it actually keeps your fish pretty cold. I'd let it sit overnight one time, and yeah, it was no problem. So go get you a gallon, freeze it. Don't worry about buying ice no more. So yeah, throw it in the freezer. Next time you need it, there's ice. So I told you we did fairly good in that one little spot. We got some big ones, some okay ones, enough to actually have a nice little fish fry or whatever we want to do with catfish. But let me get you propped up somewhere else and let me start filleting these things. So I just took the catfishes out of the ice chest. We wound up with 19 catfish total. So yeah, most of these, if not all of these, is what we actually caught out of that one spot. I think Addie caught 1 or 2 prior to that one spot. But yeah, let me get them filleted on up. Let me show you how I do it. I have this table that I fillet all my fish on, and for catfish it works very well. They have these holes in it that I can stick my finger into it. So I take the fins, actually shove it all the way into it, and it helps me keep the catfish on the side and keep it actually easier to fillet for me. So all I do is I keep one hand dry all the time. If I have to, I have my towel right here. With catfish, they're very slimy, so make sure you keep your workstation fairly clean. So from the top fin to the bottom fin, make like a little, see? I go down, and I come across like that to make like a little V, pretty much a V heading like right towards his eyes. So I make that V, then I take it and put my knife going filleting all the way down. hug the backbone like any other fish. I keep the skin on there. And boom. You don't have to take it and skin the catfish up. I found out that's just wasting time, especially with these little catfish. You really don't have to, but if you catch those 30, 40-pound catfish, then yeah, I would skin it just because you can actually see what you're doing. Because they got a lot more meat on those bigger catfish than these little ones. But these little ones are way better eating just because they're suitable for everything. So, boom. Everything's off. Everything's clean. Done. I put all my carcasses into a bucket. We got a local canal, so I throw that down there and have it where it's feeds the fish, feeds the gators. So you can see that laying it, you kind of go right past the rib cage, kind of go all the way, stop at the very tip so the skin is still on the fish. Of course, I rip it all the way off. So there you go, fillet. For y'all that don't know, catfish can live out of water for a very long time. I can have this fish here sitting out of water and sometimes overnight and they still be alive. All I do is kind of clean up the catfish, kind of make it look nice and uniform. Make sure there's no bones. That's the reason why you're filleting them. So, top dorsal fin. Come to the middle dorsal fin. Make a V towards his head. You feel the rib cage. And just keep repeating. Like I said, this is my way. This is the way I taught myself how to do it. Doesn't make a difference if it's right or wrong. All that matters is that you get the dang on meat off of the catfish. Yeah, like I said, make sure your area stays clean, stays. You can go out there and go get your expensive fillet knife. I'm not going to tell you any brand names because they're like $100 something for a fillet knife. Do they work? Yes. I bought this set here. New View off of Amazon. It comes with 4 knives. With a knife sharpener. It has a small, medium, large. You got a boning knife. I'll leave a description on the bottom if y'all interested on where I got it. Of course, Amazon has everything. So on this one, I'm actually probably just going to freeze these. I'm not going to cook this today. These are going to be the stockpile. So if you catch catfish and you squeamish, make sure you chop the tails or de-bleed them before you come back home, because like him, he's still alive, still kicking. So he actually still moves with you whenever you fillet him. So if you don't like that kind of stuff, then after you catch them, chop the tail off, chop the gills, do what you got to do to take him out of his misery before you get home. So, boom. Skin stays on. See if you can see it. Skin stays on. You can see through the bones. See? I don't know if you can see my knife through the shadow. So yeah, no meat left on it. There is. It's not enough to worry about. Just go through it, clean them up, make them look pretty. So if you fillet it, well, if you fry them after you fillet them, the fish fillets actually look a lot better, look cleaner, but all taste the same. See how he's taking his tail and trying to wag it at me. Like I said, I'm not too sure what I can get away with YouTube, but I got a small channel. Be nice if you like and subscribe, especially if you come this far into the video. Definitely subscribe if you like it. Finish watching this video for me. And if you leave any comments behind, I'll definitely will respond back to you. That was a quick 3 or 4 of them. So all I'm going to do now is actually film it, but it's going to go a lot faster for y'all. So that was about a solid 12 minutes of filleting fish for not too bad. So I'm going to get these dang on things cleaned up. I'll come back to y'all whenever I get to the bigger fish.
I hung up my suit and tie one June and traded the grind for a lazy tune. Out by the water where the sun kissed the creek, I found my soul in a pole and some bathing. I'm gone fishing, left my worries at the shore, hooked on the breeze, I don't need much more. Heaven's in the ripples, peace in the real, gone fishing, now that's the real deal. Told my boss I'll see you never. Got a rod that's built to last forever. The fish don't care about deadlines or suits, they just wiggle their tails in their silvery pursuit. I'm gone fishing, left my troubles behind, found salvation in the rhythm of a line. No emails or meetings, just the river's sway. Gone fishing, and I'm here to stay.
Time for the big boys-ish. So every so often, make sure you sharpen your knives up. Especially if you've been filleting for a little bit. It doesn't hurt. That's why they got your knife sharpener in this little set that I bought. Keep that one there. Yeah, this table camouflages the shit out of these catfish. My bad. Yeah, these bigger ones got bigger rib cages. Of course. So make sure you don't. Yeah, I'll show you in a bit. Well, after I finish what the carcass looks like. And you tell me. So let me hide all that. Look at that. Man. See the knife going through it? Very damn good. Yeah, I clean them up like this just because of when you get closer to the fin, the dorsal fin on the bottom. If you get too close to that, see, look, that dorsal fin, If you get too close to that, the scales kind of stay on and the bones are in there. So I just trying to trim it up to make it look a little prettier, and plus actually gets those little bitty bones out of the way. If you get too close to that dorsal fin in the back. As soon as I say that, look. So you got those little bitty bones kind of just sticking out if you get too close to that dorsal fin. So all I did is kind of cut a straight line going down. And it'll get all those little bitty small bones out the way so you don't have to worry about it. You don't want to have a fillet. You fry it up, you start munching on it, then next thing you know, you're choking on a damn bone. So I'd rather take a little bit more meat off of it if I have to, so we won't have any bones in the way. And I'll show you another thing. Okay, once again. Let me get that out the way, get the light on it. And plus, see the yellow? You get this yellow little yucky fat membrane like on the top part of it. I'll cut it right there. Cut that fat membrane off, little thing, whatever the hell it is. Kind of makes your fillets look a hell of a lot cleaner, a lot neater. Make sure you got all the bones off of them. And that little bit of meat, you ain't gonna do nothing with that. Like I said, cleaned it up. Make sure you get all those little bones out the way. See how well that hole works? See, they got a big old hole right here in this table. That dorsal fin hits it. It kind of stays in there, keeps it in one little spot. Won't go sliding off everywhere. I'm thinking about making me a table with a whole bunch of little holes into it. See, look, I'll show you what I mean by the dorsal fin. If you get too much of a fillet, too close to it, see, kind of went a little bit too knife, little angles a little bit different, but and notice that the skin's still on it, so you still got the skin on that side, so you can still fillet it. You get the skin off of it still after it's, so you just take a knife. You know, it's probably hard to see. It's a lot cleaner whenever you keep the skin on the fish, but hey, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. All right, big boy over here. We're gonna actually probably get his stomach cleaned out. I'm kind of curious on what he ate, because if you can figure out what they eat on, it's easy to catch them. A little belly meat on here. I'll cut it out, but show y'all it's probably not worth it on this one. So here's another way that you can fillet this fish here. Well, you see a lot of people on YouTube do it. Is kind of take your knife, go down the backbone of it. Then once you get past his back dorsal fin and his butt, you take your knife and you come all the way down with it. So with them, you're going to see where they come all the way off with the fillet. Then they come up and cut all this out. It makes no sense to me. You do it? Hey, great. But now you got the dorsal fin on it, his back fins, the skin, everything's still on it. And now you gotta fillet it instead of keeping the skin attached to the fish. I don't get it. I don't get it. See, the other way I was showing you, it keeps the skin on the fish. All you gotta do is hold your catfish or whatever fish you have. So you have this now that it's just hard to hold compared to what I had before. So this is the fillet that I had with the skin already attached to it, and that's the fillet. The big difference. Same fish, you get a lot less meat than my way. Like I said, I'm not saying it is right, but if you can get more meat doing it, it must be. Like I said, this part is just optional. I just like to get my fillets kind of nice and clean, nice and neat. All right, let me find his stomach. Let me see what he ate. Oh, for everybody in the comments that's probably going to say why you don't take the belly meat. Because it's pointless on a fish this size. Look. See? You got just a little bit of piece of meat in the middle, and it tapers down, and you got skin on both sides. So you still got to fillet it. By the time you finish with that, you got no dang on meat. So it's pointless to do that. Where's the stomach? This man was full of freaking air. That's his. Sure, boy, if you cut that pocket, that is nasty. God, it stinks. He already grinded everything up. Nope. All right, let me get this cleaned on up and I'll come right back at y'all. All right, I got everything cleaned up. Here's all my fillets. What I like to do too is afterwards is just give them a nice little hose off after I was finished filleting them. Just to get them a little bit cleaner before put them in a Ziploc bag and put them in the freezer. Plus, I don't know if you can see how red it is. It kind of gets some of the blood off of it, cleans it up. And now look how clean and clear it is. Alright, let me see if I can show you a little bit better one. Alright. So see, red, all that blood line through it. That blood, if you don't like catfish, that's the reason why. Now, nice and clean fillet. If you don't like that catfish flavor, because somebody had too much bloodline still in it. Like I said, get them nice and clean. There's all your catfish fillets. There's a 5-gallon bucket of carcass. So I'm about to go throw this in a local canal, feed the gators, feed all the catfish and whatever else is in there. And this is Jason. Hey, Rusty Water Outdoors. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, like I've been saying, and I'll catch you on the next round. Peace.